Kicking off part 2 with an immediate addition of 5 sins because WWE decides to go for a pinfall strap match when 90% of strap matches are about dragging your opponents across the ring to touch all 4 corners, which would have truly tested Daniel Bryan's determination and strength against The Fiend. Also, crazy to think that at Survivor Series, The Fiend destroyed the unkempt look of Daniel Bryan and is now fighting the Daniel Bryan from the earlier years. This thing must have time-traveling powers. God, I got freaking chills again and I'm frightened. The Fiend continues to be the most frightening wrestler in recent memory. And now we get to see the CGI graphics right after we already knew who was competing next. Here's to hoping they don't end up showing those graphics during the match.
Only way to win is by pinfall.
Bullshit. I'm not gonna lie, the Fiend's version of the Universal Championship is a little bit much since it's just its face over its own face. That's the wrong Universal Championship graphic.
It's been nearly a decade since we've had a strap match.
It's only been 6.5 years, Michael, not nearly a decade. The last strap match took place in mid-2013 when Sheamus faced Mark Henry at Extreme Rules. And don't forget the variations of the strap match, like when John Cena faced Rusev in 2015. Also, a much more appropriate thing to say is, it's been decades since a strap match ended without touching corners.
Away right hands from Daniel Bryan.
Does that look like Daniel Bryan is delivering right hands to The Fiend, when clearly The Fiend is the one who has its hands on Daniel?
Corey, you have to put The Fiend away early.
Putting The Fiend away early is not exactly going to help since it is never affected by any form of offense from anyone. What the hell is its weakness? This match destroys the theory that the red lights power it.
Bryan away. And now
Ow, my hand! That random fan yelling yowie wowie and getting a reaction from The Fiend was no doubt a funny and at the same time frightening moment of the match. Whoever the hell that fan was who said frick you. I don't like the idea of The Fiend haunting me if I sin it too much, but even an inhuman monster like this thing should realize that stalling in a match is a bad idea. Please don't kill me too!
wait a minute as he slides through the ring.
That was poorly done. Very poorly done, as The Fiend started running to the ring post before Daniel could begin pulling on the strap. Damn it, let's try this again. Take 2, and action.
Post. And again the
Take 2 was also a fail, as The Fiend started running to the ring post a little too late after Daniel pulled, showing that it was capable of using its strength to prevent itself from being thrown into the post. Alas, that did not happen. One more time, take 3, and action.
tremendous survival.
Cut! No, Fiend, you're not supposed to hit the post with your hand. Are we gonna spend all night shooting this scene? We're on a deadline.
Oh!
The Fiend may be inhuman, but even it has balls. Literally. So I suppose Daniel Bryan is a dick to The Fiend's... shit, what is its last name? It can't be Wyatt's because this is not Bray Wyatt. Let me know what we should come up with for this case.
I cannot believe what we're witnessing right now.
I know, right? I cannot believe that we are witnessing Daniel about to hit yes kicks that have absolutely no effect on The Fiend. Just imagine if this already happened before. Oh, wait.
And asking for more.
What's more surprising to me is Daniel continues to be shocked about The Fiend being able to withstand literally every bit of punishment imaginable with no effect.
And our Fiend grabbed him for out.
Holy shit, I am removing 4 sins! The Fiend managed to use a combination of King Corbin's End of Days along with Sister Abigail. Those 2 moves are awesome to see, but to see them combined, wow!
Looking for the lapel lock.
Well, considering the Yes movement has been resurrected, shouldn't we be referring to this as the Yes Lock again?
Is the Fiend gonna tap?
Highly doubtful, since The Fiend has the upper hand in this submission hold. Daniel's pulling back so hard it allows The Fiend to use its strength to put him in a pinfall.
Bryan rolls him up, Bryan for the champ.
The Fiend's left shoulder is off the canvas throughout this pinfall, yet the referee ignores it. Surprised The Fiend didn't decide to destroy the referee next. Maybe if Daniel did not spend the past 45 seconds looking at the crowd and nodding his head, perhaps he would have a chance to do some more damage to The Fiend before it rose to its feet. This is Daniel's own fault that he lost the match. The Fiend continues to kill Daniel even after he's already been destroyed, so this is a post-match assault. About 4 minutes of mourning Daniel's loss. Once again, it was his own fault for being stupid.
Super showdown.
Not again. Who could possibly win this match? Let's see. Asuka is one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions, Becky Lynch has never defeated her one-on-one, Becky lost to Asuka at last year's Royal Rumble, and Becky has been talking about how she's beaten everyone except Asuka. Crap.
Oh, shoulders down, shoulders down.
Yes, Tom, we heard you the first time you said Becky's shoulders were down. No need to get too excited, the match only begun.
Oh!
Ow, my man boob! Wait, what?
And Becky.
Not so powerful dropkick was enough to knock Asuka down, who was also watching the entire time Becky ascended the top rope. So that's a double sin.
That's all about the Raw Women's Championship.
In case for whatever reason you thought this match was for Asuka's half of the Women's Tag Team Championship. If Becky wins this match, she officially replaces Asuka as Kairi Sane's partner. Asuka fell forward a little too early from Becky's bulldog.
Area there of Asuka.
Kairi Sane isn't even doing anything to distract Becky Lynch, who gets distracted nonetheless. It's that easy.
Got her. Becky Lynch.
Yikes, I cringed in pain watching that. That was a nasty fall on the part of Asuka. Now this match is getting better.
And you have a lifeless Asuka on the outside.
Lifeless Asuka, despite the fact that she is moving and is also about to get on her feet too. Totally lifeless, Tom.
Thinking here.
This could have been a pretty badass moment where Asuka does some incredible amount of damage to Becky on the ring apron, but like I said, this could have been.
Title can only change hands via pin.
Fuck you! This would have gotten some sins removed for brutality if Becky was able to suplex Asuka out of the ring to the floor. Sucks how there have been several opportunities for great moments and we're deciding to go down the kiddie slide instead. So, just because Becky had one annoying segment with The Rock, she's all of a sudden decided to use his moves. I met CM Punk one time, and you don't see me all of a sudden quitting something I've been working on for years.
Off the top.
Oh god, that was horrible on so many levels. I can't stop laughing at this moment. Becky Lynch tries to pretend she's Hulk Hogan by absorbing Asuka's punishment and hulking up before getting ultimately silenced.
Asuka.
That's weird. Usually Asuka immediately sprays the green mist into her opponent's face before they have a chance to find out what's going on. But when the chance to win the Raw Women's Championship is presented to you, let's take a moment and hesitate. I'm sure Becky won't notice given her recent experience with the mist. Also, this basically means that the losers of the last two matches only lost due to their own stupidity. Daniel Bryan with a staring off into the crowd, and now Asuka hesitating instead of immediately blasting Becky with the green mist. This whole charade of the Street Profits constantly praising matches as fans rather than competing in matches as wrestlers had run its course months and months ago. Royal Rumble match always needs a guest commentator cliche. Might as well add that into the cliche since it's been happening every year for a while now.
Royal Rumble is presented by
Skip!
Lashley and Rusev. Supposed to be in the field. That will not happen. They've got into a brawl.
I'm immediately thrown in 5 sins because WWE came up with the dumbest excuse to not have two of their most prominent names in the Royal Rumble match. A brawl that was coincidentally not captured on camera, not even as a flashback, and we are just left to assume that's what happened. That shit is stupid. Come up with a better excuse next time. Also, just because Bobby Lashley and Rusev got into a brawl before the show went on the air, they are both somehow incapable of competing in tonight's match. Meanwhile, King Corbin and Roman Reigns are both competing in this Rumble match, despite coming off a brutal Falls Count Anywhere match about 3 hours ago. Also, MVP and Edge should be grateful for this opportunity. If Rusev and Bobby never got into this imaginary brawl, their chances of making surprise returns would have been fucked.
Neither man was seriously injured. Neither man has been medically cleared.
That just makes it worse, Corey. Neither man is injured, but neither man is medically cleared. If they're not injured, then they're cleared. Also, how many freaking Royal Rumble matches have we seen where severely injured wrestlers actually competed in the match, even despite attacks that happened earlier on the show? Jesus, you guys suck. Holy shit, Brock Lesnar is number 1? This honestly would have been an extremely shocking moment if it was never announced that he was going to enter at that number weeks ago. Like, seriously, could you imagine the shock on everyone's faces if it was a hidden secret about him starting the Royal Rumble match as the WWE Champion? Also, that one moment when there's literally nobody who wants to contend for the WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble, so let's put the champion in the Rumble match where he could win and face himself at WrestleMania.
Remember, the winners will main event WrestleMania.
Something Brock Lesnar is likely doing regardless if he wins the Royal Rumble or not. Also, I thought the rules stated that the winner gets a title match at WrestleMania, which is the accurate ruling. Now we're going back to the winner main events WrestleMania, which hardly ever happens. Need I remind you that barely 50% of Royal Rumble winners actually went on to the main event at WrestleMania since the ruling in 1993. Of course, we get Elias to start off the Royal Rumble for the 2nd year in a row. I presume since he always has to do a concert, he is permanently stuck in the first 2 places, just like Ty Dillinger was forced to be number 10 all the time when he was surrounded simply because he was the perfect 10. I should call myself the optimistic 30, just so I will forever be number 30 in all my appearances.
Houston, we have a problem.
Houston, Texas can't go through one single entertainment show of any kind without somebody always putting out the Apollo 13 references. Movie was legendary, but shut the hell up already.
Brain-dead gorilla.
It's amazing Brock Lesnar actually waited another 2 minutes before deciding to attack Elias following that insult. Also, Royal Rumble matches take it forever to start Royal Rumbling. Wait a minute, I thought the WWE Champion was supposed to be competing in the Royal Rumble match. Get your ass in the ring, Paul Heyman. Perhaps R-Truth has a point. Haha, Brock Lesnar tripped.
Lesnar with a guitar.
That one moment when Elias does more damage hitting his guitar on his opponents than Brock Lesnar does.
That's what this is all about.
And thus begins the extremely frustrating tirade of Brock Lesnar dominating literally half of this Royal Rumble match. I'd be fine with the first 5 to 7 entrants, but not an entire half. Here you go. This is what the WWE Championship looks like up close. Be amazed and in awe at its beauty. Alright, it's been well over 2 months. We have not seen what is inside Eric Rowan's cage, and I've personally stopped caring, even after the biting. Also, if this thing completely hates Eric and has a tendency to bite him too, then why does he continue to carry it with him everywhere he goes?
Eric Rowan caught him with a
Well, that just happened, and all fucks I had were gone. Oh wait, they were never there in the first place. Of course Eric wouldn't last. Also, another missed opportunity for Brock to exit the ring to see what's underneath that blanket. Local competitors obviously failed, but I know Brock wouldn't.
Next victim, please.
When Corey Graves said next victim, I got instant flashbacks to Spider-Man, where Randy Savage portrayed Bonesaw McGraw in a similar situation to what Brock Lesnar is doing. This Royal Rumble match is indirectly a ripoff of Spider-Man. Where's Tobey Maguire when you need him? We need the human spider.
Brock Lesnar has been glorious.
Haha, fuck you. Oh, John Morrison. If only your return to the Royal Rumble was under better circumstances than this.
An incredible, dominating.
Dominating? Yes. Expected? Also yes. But incredible? Hell no. Brock's first round of opponents have been wrestlers we knew had absolutely no chance of throwing him out. Also, why aren't the wrestlers taking their time and waiting for the next entrant to come out? Literally everyone has stupidly tried to take on Brock single-handedly.
That's retribution.
Retribution.
Kick to the midsection, and here comes Kofi.
These 90 seconds in between entrants is exactly what the SmackDown 20th anniversary match should have been like. If Kofi Kingston was able to get some shots on Brock, then how could he easily have been put down before? What is this, another rendition of Batman Mysterio?
Beast handling 2 former world champions.
Ooh, Brock is dominating 2 former world champions at the same time. 2 guys whose combined power equals his. Once again, not so impressive, Corey. Also, I guarantee Corey Graves would find it impressive if Brock Lesnar easily dominated the Great Khali, simply because Khali is a former world champion.
Oh, what a suplex!
This dumbass in the front row with his number sign sucks at math. Brock has hit 4 suplexes, not 3. Did you forget the one where he suplexed John Morrison out of the ring? That counts as a suplex. Suplex City doesn't come from simply German suplexes. Man, I said suplex a lot of this in about suplexes of Suplex City. Suplex.
Team Mysterio at 11.
That's weird. Brock was determined to attack and then throw out everyone who entered the ring. But when 2 of his previous rivals enter, let's take all the time and let the ring fill up. Starting to think Brock doesn't even create his own strategies.
The end game is the 3 guys against 1. 3 always win.
Booker T references Avengers Endgame and says that 3-on-1 always goes to the 3 for victory, when in actuality, Thanos defeated Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor simultaneously without suffering a single scratch.
Lesnar staggering. He's staggered.
Michael Cole is losing it on commentary confirmed.
Elimination number 5.
Not gonna lie, that was very cool to see Brock step over Big E to launch himself onto Kofi Kingston. Once and off for that.
And an F5 to Kingston.
Well, looks like Kofi Kingston's streak of performing at least one major save in Royal Rumble matches has ended. That's another streak Brock Lesnar has conquered. Kofi was closing in on 10-0 for consecutive Rumble match saves before Brock ended the streak at 9-1. A confrontation between Brock Lesnar and Cesaro would have been awesome if Cesaro was actually taken seriously for his abilities. Who the fuck is Lois? And why does she rule?
33 Rumbles. This has never happened.
Really? So there has not been a single Royal Rumble where one man is dominating for a long period of time? Not even in 2010 or 2015? Could have sworn something like that happened in those years. Let's be honest, not a single one of us was dumb enough to think that Brock Lesnar could be trusted even by a longtime friend like Shelton Benjamin. See? One hug is suspicious. A second hug makes it obvious that Shelton is about to get his ass thrown out of the Rumble match.
How gullible could Shelton be?
Booker T would be great at Summerson's 2 expansion.
Cheering Shinsuke.
These stupid fans singing a completely different song from Shinsuke Nakamura's entrance theme. We're listening to 2 entrance themes at the same time and it's pissing me off. Holy crap, it's so awesome to see MVP! Since he's been gone for 10 years, this is going to be a great show. Okay, who the hell am I kidding? MVP was never a big enough star to warrant a holy shit comeback. Plus, he's one-on-one with Brock. The only cool thing about MVP's return is his Black Panther outfit.
The WWE...
I got instant flashbacks to the Brock party when he won the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Keith Lee! I can assure you, Brock Lesnar has never...
Brock's surprise big boy reaction is the perfect thing to describe someone like Keith Lee when you first see him. Even Brock Lesnar is basking in Keith's glory.
You hear the rumble.
Wah, wah.
If Brock's going out now.
Corey Graves just had to say that, because take a guess what happens about 2 minutes after he says that.
To his feet, Brock follows it up with a clothesline.
That was Braun Strowman who delivered the clothesline, not Brock Lesnar. Come on, Michael, get it together. Did the technicians backstage forget that there was a 90-second interval in between entrants? Nearly 3 damn minutes have passed since Braun entered the ring, and it takes another 40 seconds before the next entrant arrives. This is almost as bad as the women's Rumble taking 2 to 3 minutes per entrant last year.
Takes advantage.
I would have laughed and removed sins if Brock Lesnar accidentally eliminated himself during the sequence. He ties Braun's 13 elimination record by eliminating both Braun and Keith, but imagine if he breaks the record at 14 eliminations, the 14th elimination being himself. That would have been hilarious and history in the making right there. Also, I guarantee we had Brock tie the 13 elimination record just to get fans to shut up about Braun Strowman's 13 eliminations not counting in Rumble records because it was part of the greatest Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia.
Brock Lesnar.
Brock had another chance to break the elimination record by tossing Ricochet out of the ring easily, but decides to go for a simple backbreaker instead. Crazy to think that Drew McIntyre entered the same number for 2 consecutive years. Second time was the charm. Maybe Brock should enter number 1 next year if the luck is on his side. Just by Drew McIntyre saying, "I have been waiting for this moment, you son of a bitch," it already confirms that these two will face off at WrestleMania. We didn't even need Drew eliminating Brock or the eventual victory. This stare down alone gave us relief that Drew is finally getting his moment. Ricochet is a dick to Brock's Lesnar's. Poor Brock, he's been getting low blowed about as much as Shinsuke Nakamura hits that move. This moment was so fucking awesome. I'm removing 10 sins. The excitement from the crowd and the epic way Brock sold the Claymore kick out of the ring was perfect. Drew, quit pulling on Ricochet's pants so hard. You're exposing his butt to the camera and I had to censor this.
Tire eliminates Ricochet.
Drew did what Brock should have done when he caught Ricochet.
Going to eliminate the...
And now we basically got another domination performance, just with somebody else doing it. This stops when AJ Styles arrives to the ring, which means the first 32 minutes of this 59-minute match is one-person domination. Way too long. AJ Styles is an idiot. This isn't a submission match, and you're not strong enough to lift Drew up and over on your own if you crush his leg with your submission.
What? You see that?
Now Ziggler with a cheap shot.
Cheap shot? Are you fucking serious, Michael? Nothing cheap about AJ being stupid enough to think that he could trust someone like Dolph Ziggler. Carl Anderson's appearance proves that the OC will be present in the Royal Rumble match, which makes me believe they replace Heavy Machinery, who were both actually scheduled to compete in this match. Did Otis and Tucker get caught in another imaginary brawl backstage and couldn't make it just like Bobby Lashley and Rusev?
Eliminate Drew McIntyre.
The biggest threat in this match is Drew McIntyre, so AJ's first instinct when all the competitors are trying to eliminate Drew is to break that up and go after Dolph. Why is AJ the one making stupid choices tonight? Well, damn, I gotta remove 50 sins for Edge's sudden return. God damn it, Adam! At least let me talk first! Oh, you removed all the sins? Alright, that's fine, but at least wait until I talk, because now we gotta move on, and the fans don't get to hear my thoughts about Edge's return. That's the look of a guy who was told he would never return, and after 9 years, he found a way. Dr. Malcolm said it best that life, finds a way. That expression after 9 years is worth another 9 sins removed. Oh shit, now we're in the negatives. Yes!
Edge is back. He shouldn't be in there.
Alright, this was the absolute worst thing the cameraman could have ever done. Switch to a view of the crowd at the precise moment Edge hits his first spear since SummerSlam last year, and the first move he does in a wrestling match in 9 years. We're in the negatives now, but every sin in the negatives is getting added to the score, so we're out of the negatives and back to 0. AJ Styles once again with his stupid choices by overselling the spear and tearing his own shoulder in the process. That's your fault.
Never Money in the Bank.
Should have waited until King Corbin's music hit before showing the CGI graphics. You accidentally spoiled that he was the next entrant.
I like everything about King Corbin.
Well, you're the only one.
Michael Cole is wrong. Booker isn't the only one on the commentary booth who likes everything about King Corbin. Can't forget about Corey Graves. If anything, Michael is the only one who doesn't like the King at all.
Humpty Dumpty, the King's down.
You really had to ruin it with cringe references. It's bad enough when Mauro Ranallo does cringe references. Rated RKO, y'all.
Here comes the big dog.
The moment this is the second time tonight that Michael Cole has said this line is the moment I nearly banged my head on the desk. Hearing it once is annoying enough, but twice in the same show?
But this, let's be
totally honest here. Yep, those are the exact words Corey Graves just said.
McIntyre.
Discount Woken Matt Hardy.
now. Roman Reigns just walked out of the...
The commentators are surprised that Roman Reigns was not affected by Drew McIntyre's chop whatsoever. Y'all are completely disregarding the bulletproof vest he wears all the time. That vest protects him from chops. Duh.
More winners have come in a Royal Rumble.
The more you keep bringing that up every year, the more number 27 will continue to fall into obscurity despite containing 4 winners in the past. Randy Orton's stalking of Kevin Owens like the evil snake he is was well done, but when he was ready to strike, he turned Kevin around and waited? Why? I get that this CGI graphic is for Aleister Black, but when I look at it, all I can think of is the Ascension. Was Aleister their secret leader before they left?
McIntyre with a Glasgow.
We have seen Drew pose like that in the corner for years, and since Edge is in this match, I can finally put in the rated R infringement for posing exactly like Edge does for the spear. He's even saying get up exactly like Edge does. Yep, that's definitely a dead face. Right now, I guarantee Murphy is pissed off because he was also left out of the Royal Rumble match despite being confirmed for the match for weeks. It's a shame when a lot of entrants are revealed, but it's a bigger shame when names like Murphy, Heavy Machinery, Bobby Lashley, and Rusev are told at the last second, just kidding, you're not going to be in the match despite being the main focuses of our shows, throwing in 10 cents for that shit. Also, Seth Rollins and his stupid Messiah gimmick. I blame Shane McMahon for calling him CrossFit Jesus that one time at the WWE draft in 2016. Funny how Randy Orton got tossed right into Michael Cole and he's still able to casually call it like an entire human being didn't get thrown into him.
And there goes Owens.
Elimination by means of wrestlers who aren't competing in the match is always a sin. Seth Rollins came into this match bragging about the odds being on his side, but then ultimately loses his chance and gets crushed in a dominating defeat. We interrupt Royal Rumble to bring you the Houston Texans' attempt to get into the Super Bowl. Seth attempts to make a temporary reunion of the Shield with Roman Reigns. Can't have the Shield without Dean Ambrose, and that character no longer exists. Another minute of staring contests.
Edge waiting for McIntyre. There's a spear.
God damn it, stop cutting away from the spear! Another 10 cents added for that cameraman being dicks to Edge.
And there's Edge! Edge!
No matter how long Edge has been gone, you can never forget this cold hard fact. Edge is the most untrustworthy wrestler in the history of the WWE. His career will tell you that. Awesome! It takes over 20 minutes before the fans give Edge the "You Still Got It" chant. I would have thought they'd chant that a minute after he entered the match.
This is one of those matches you play on 2K.
Except these two wrestlers aren't glitching the hell out of each other.
Hit for the spear, Edge it. Spear on his arm!
Now that's how you do the fucking spear, Roman Reigns! Holy shit!
Power button.
That was without a doubt the most picture-perfect Claymore kick that Drew McIntyre has ever delivered. Fucking epic.
Drew McIntyre's going to WrestleMania!
Drew McIntyre eliminates Brock Lesnar and then goes on to win the Royal Rumble match. Mixed with Edge's shocking return, and no bullshit to the end of this match, it's been freaking years since we've had a Royal Rumble match this epic. How do I know you're really my dark side? Let me see your face.
You wouldn't be able to handle what you see.
I'd just be looking at my own face.
Hidden underneath this mask is everything you claim to hate. Everything you fear about yourself. I am everything you ever imagined your darkness would look like.
I don't believe you.